Hello, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. But Here We Are is the 11th studio album by the Foo Fighters. It is their follow-up to 2021's Medicine at Midnight. It is also the band's first album since the tragic passing of drummer Taylor Hawkins back in March 2022, an event that briefly created an air of uncertainty over the band's future. And while the music world mourned the loss of Taylor Hawkins, Dave Grohl himself had to also endure the personal loss of losing his mother, Virginia Grohl, that same year. A few weeks ago, the band announced their new drummer, Luis Freeze. For this album, however, it's Dave Grohl on drums for the entirety of the recordings. Just like Medicine at Midnight and 2017's Concrete Gold, the album was produced by Greg Kurstin and the Foo Fighters. Now, prior to the passing of Hawkins, Dave Grohl was reportedly considering the idea of going in a prog rock direction for the next album, an idea that was abandoned after the passing of Taylor Hawkins. Now, the band has described this new release as sonically channeling the naivete of their 1995 debut, informed by decades of maturity and depth, while lyrically exploring a brutally honest and emotionally raw response to everything the Foo Fighters have endured recently. We all deal with grief and loss differently, and there is no one correct way to deal with it. An artist might choose to honor those who they have lost by releasing a song written in their memory, or they might choose to keep their feelings private and not a part of the music that they release publicly. With But Here We Are, Dave Grohl has decided to lyrically explore the themes of loss, grief, regret, and the task of moving on, both personally and musically, on pretty much all of the album's 10 tracks. In spite of this, But Here We Are is not exclusively a somber affair, however. Track 2, Under You, feels incredibly positive and upbeat. During the pre-chorus, Dave Grohl triumphantly sings, "Over it. I think I'm getting over it," only to end with the line, "But there's no getting over it." The song delves into the duality and contradiction of positivity, acknowledging its importance in the healing process from grief, while also accepting the undeniable truth that no one can ever truly get over the loss of someone dear. On the music side, this album consistently showcases the band's prowess in blending intense, fast-paced hard rock with an uplifting and melodic delivery that would undoubtedly earn the admiration of Lennon and McCartney. And across the album's 10 tracks, there is an abundance of clever and intriguing musical inventiveness and nuanced craftsmanship that pervades every moment. During the closing vamp of track 3, Hearing Voices, a track I would describe as a high-speed ballad, the song simultaneously fades out of its heavy rock arrangement as a second acoustic guitar and piano recorded arrangement fades back in. It feels like this might have been taken from an early demo version, and if it is, I hope it gets a separate release because it feels as strong as its rock version. Track 8, entitled Beyond Me, channels early mid-70s pop alongside elements of 80s arena rock, while lyrically reflecting the very necessary acceptance of loss, as Dave Grohl sings, "Everything we love must grow old, or so I'm told, or so I'm told." There is a fierceness to this album in how it musically accompanies what are probably some of Dave Grohl's most affecting lyrics. On track 10, The Teacher, I can hear a few hints of what might have been the progressive rock approach that Dave Grohl was originally thinking of going in. And perhaps on the next album, he might find enough distance and closure to go into that direction. I think it's worth exploring. The album closes on the very poignant song entitled Rest, a track that I describe as meditative and quiet, featuring only a sparse vocal and single guitar. Until, of course, it explodes halfway through when Dave hits the distortion box and the rest of the band joins in, elevating this song to epic proportions without ever losing any of the poignancy of its first half. Throughout my years of listening to albums, I have noticed that some music artists are more about the lyrics, some the music, and others both. And Also, some of us hear vocal melodies while the actual meaning of the lyrics go over our heads. I have to be honest and admit that I can be one of those listeners sometimes if I'm not too careful. So if you are at all like me, I recommend that you take the extra effort to read the lyrics as you listen to this in order to let the album's full impact hit you. With all this said, I think it's going to be a while before the full weight of this album can be accurately measured within the context of the rest of the band's catalog. But as a musician myself, who has lost not one, but two bandmates in my lifetime, and also a mother, fortunately not during the same year, but also not all that long ago, I can definitely relate to all 10 of these tracks, and I thank Dave Grohl for writing an album that allows me to better cope with my own loss. That's my review. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to give a big thank you to my patron supporters who are helping me make more videos. If you'd like to be a patron supporter, please go to patreon.com/TJR the original. Patron supporters receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. If you can't be a patron supporter, I understand. You can still show your support by just clicking like and sharing these videos with anyone you think might be interested. I'd also recommend that you hit subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video in the future. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.